Greetings, everybody. My name is Darcell Andre. If you don't know who I am a holistic and esoteric teacher, as well as a psychic seer. And I lost 14 pounds in 7 days from juicing. All of my life, I've always had some type of complication with my body. If it was when I was a kid, my thighs and my lower half of my body has always been thicker built. And I was never ever really a chunky kid. I just had legs and hips and body. Okay. I just had that. That's just what I had. But I remember, even being a kid, like sitting in desk and the kids making comments on my legs then. I remember playing football and always struggling to make weight. And I talk about this on my podcast. Some of the challenges and the scrutiny that my body has been under, like my whole life. And so by way of that, I have tried to do keto diet, but then I learned about all the cancer causing properties and terrible attributes of meat eating, and I said this doesn't make sense to me, and I don't care what anybody says. I tried to be vegetarian and or vegan, and that lasted, I think, about maybe a couple of months. And so that didn't work. I've tried the workouts, or like insanity workout. I did that like 300 times, honey. I even think I bootleg downloaded hip hop apps. And I said, dear God, first of all, and this is kind of cringy. So and so it was not until, so as a teacher though, one of the things that I say, so I found that things would happen, something would come up, and it would interrupt my plan. It would interrupt my exercising, my dieting. It would interrupt it. And so, from a teacher perspective, I put myself in the place of a student or someone that I would be coaching. And I would say, if you have an issue with motivation, it has nothing to do with whether or not you can actually complete this thing. And it has everything to do with your why for doing it. And the reason why in the past I would try to lose weight, it was all external. It had to do with these people over here, those people over there, my potential partners, and all of this type of stuff. It had absolutely nothing to do with my internal holistic wellness. Had nothing to do with my mind. Had nothing to do with me spiritually. It was nothing emotional. It didn't have anything to do with that. I just literally wanted to look at a societal standard of attractiveness. And therefore, I said, I got to strengthen my why. And so this is why I encourage you getting a therapist, or you getting you a spiritual coach, or you get some accountability in person with some type of knowledge on betterment to help you navigate some things. Because what I realized that not only had my body been under scrutiny most of my life, it has been violated and attacked in a lot of different ways. Like, as a black boy in society, there are some things that you are not taught. One, because of the inherent homophobia that is within the world, and especially in the black community, you are only taught that men and males can be inappropriate and or predatorial in many ways. Now, I did not have the experience where I was a child, honey, and I was molested and all this type of stuff was going on. I did not have that. That's not my testimony. However, in high school, and I talk about this on episode 3 of my podcast. Go check that out. In high school, a lot of girls, because of the way my thighs and my butt was set up, a lot of girls would like touch my butt or touch my thighs and like that I don't even know. Touch my butt, touch my thighs, slap me on the butt or stuff, and I didn't even know these girls. It was like they were like friends or anything. They just felt that they could do that. And so what I didn't realize was, one, I didn't have the understanding or the wherewithal to process that as like harassment. I didn't know that that was a thing because boys don't get sexually harassed, right? That's just not a thing. But what had happened subconsciously was because I did not like that, because my body did not like that, and my body knew that it was invasion, I started to develop trauma weight. And I wanted to exercise and get really big to keep people away from me and keep people off of me. And I had no concept of that. I wasn't aware of that. But as I've done my work and my self work, I understand that now. I was trying to keep people away from me. That's why I was wanting to bulk up, or I was eating and getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And I grew out my beard, and it was now I have this very don't mess with him, like hyper masculine, like defense mechanism. And I didn't know that that was what that was. Well, once I got clear about that, and I want you to know, I got clear about the sexual aspect of that 2 weeks ago. So right before I did my first week. And once I got clear, I said, okay, I now know what the problem is. I know how to heal this stuff from an emotional, mental, and spiritual level. I know how to heal and correct this. But what I didn't know was what was the physical approach that I was going to take with this. Well, I went into the garage. And I had been asking my spirit team, I've been asking the spirit, I'm like, listen, y'all help me, please. Help me figure out what do I need to do physically to get this weight off and detox my physical body of the trauma quickly. Well, while I was in the garage, my juicer that I bought so long ago almost bust me upside the head and fell off the the racks. And I was like, well, you can't get a clearer sign than that. And so here I go. I started juicing. I said, okay, I don't know what to do here. I want to watch videos, but I'm a little like just go for it type of person, because I understand, like, I know herbs, I know what fruits and vegetables benefit what. I know that because I teach that, right? So I'm like, okay, let me go to the store. So the first thing that I went and got, I got some ginger. I got some carrots. I got some oranges. No, I didn't. I got lemons and I got pineapple. So really carrots, ginger, lemon, and pineapples. Okay. And so I went in and I chopped it all up and I juiced that. But then I said, I don't want to fall into the trick, because I heard people say this where you overbuy. So what I decided to do was I was going to buy a minimum amount of the fruits, and then I was going to use my herbs and make tea. And so what I would do is in the jar, like say if I made juice and it only got to this much of juice, right, in my total jars, I would then top this off with my tea blend, right, with the tea that I've like boiled off the side in water. So I would put I put my ginger in that. I put like my different herbs like dandelion and whatever herbs you want to put in there. But what I did, y'all, and peep this, I put ginger, jasmine, and star anise into the tea. And all of those properties, I'm gonna put them down in the comments. All of those properties, great. First of all, that by itself, amazing. 10 out of 10. Favorite tea ever. It's over. Jasmine flowers, ginger, and star anise, and you get your honey, it's done. And so I made that and I topped, the jar off with that. So when I first tasted it, I was like, dear God, this is okay. This is not bad. This is not bad. And I put it in the refrigerator because you have to let it get cold. And that's something I will tell y'all with the juices. Don't just put them in there for 30 minutes. You need to put them in there for a couple of hours, honey. They need to get internally cold. Okay? So you can fully taste it in its highest potential. So I put in there, I said, I wanted to give this the best chance at being successful as possible. Period. So I did that and it was great. And so for me, I made enough to make 3 jars, okay? And you want to make, you don't want juices that's gonna, you want enough to last you 3 days because you don't want to be having juice and then it's the 5 or 6 days and you still got the jars. So that's why you don't want to be making all these tens and 15, 20 jars, okay? Because they're going to taste dusty because it is fresh. It's going to taste dusty at the end of the week. So I did that, and honestly, drinking that and drinking my water, I have I thought I had it. I guess I don't have it up here. But I have a big water jug that I drink, Um and between that and the juice, literally I only drank a mason jar of juice a day. Some people may think that's crazy. That may not be what is for you, but that works for me perfectly fine. So I did that, and the first 2 days, I was like, "Dear God, this is wearing me out." My cravings were there, and I started to notice some things about myself. Like I would always walk through the kitchen when I didn't need to walk through the kitchen, but every time I walked through the kitchen, I got hungry. Okay, I was like, I found myself in the kitchen with the drawers open. Like, why is this? Why am I even in here? And I gotta close it. I'm like, child, this was like the drug addicts. Like, this is like crazy. Until we understand that food is an addiction. Yes, and so you have to detox from that. And there are symptoms like headaches and hunger pains and all of that come along with that. And so that's what I was experiencing for maybe the first 3 days. But what kept me centered, y'all, was my why. My why kept me centered. Darcell, this is essential to your emotional, spiritual, and physical freedom. This is essential. So you gotta do it. You can't quit, Chelsea. You know too much now. Once you know, you become responsible. Before I didn't know. Now I know I'm responsible. So I kept myself anchored in that. By day 4, when I tell you my energy, excellent. I was like, okay, energy. When I woke up early and I woke up and got up. Because sometimes you wake up, you be in the bed. You be awake, but you're not up. There is a difference between being awake and being up. So wake up, get up. I got a lot of energy. And so also with this, because I wanted the highest amount of results possible, I also exercise daily. But this is the thing, y'all. I wasn't in there sprinting and lifting weights and doing all this stuff to the intense level. I would go in and I would walk like a lap and walk up 5 staircase, floors of steps on the Stairmaster, do stretches before and after, and go home. And the more that I went, the more I built that up. So I had went from walking 1 lap to 2 laps. And then I would do maybe 10 flights of stairs. Then, as the days progressed, I did a mile walking, and then I wouldn't do the stairs, or I would go and I would do the stairs, and then I would do like 15 floors, and then stretch or switch to do like upper body weights or stuff like that. But I was not doing this intense over the top workout. That was not it. No, I wasn't. But somehow I'm like, the weight is literally dropping off of me. Why? Because when you are overweight, you feel your body. You know what I'm saying? You are hyper aware of your body, of your stomach, of your legs. You're hyper aware of that. And so I started to notice my physical self less. And I was like, okay. And then I started putting on clothes. I'm saying, now, wait a minute. This stuff is dropping. It is dropping. I said, okay. And so in the first it was almost as if I was losing like around 2 to 2.5 pounds a day. And it was wild. It was wild. So as I am in the second week of this right now, as I'm making this video, one of the things that I've learned to help me cope with the fact that I'm not eating anything is vitamin chew gummies. Like I have Goli gummies and I have all of that. And so I would satisfy that chewing craving with taking one of my vitamins. Okay. And that way, whatever I was eating was still something that was beneficial for me and still healthy for me. Okay. So I would do that. And so when I tell you I was vitamined up, I was vitamined up. Then I said, okay, Darcell, at this point, you ain't gonna have no more vitamins left. If you try to eat a vitamin every time, honey, then you're gonna get sick. They're gonna be like, Darcell done poison himself with the vitamins. So you have to, of course, do that in moderation. And I had moments where like there was food and I would like be like, okay, Darcell, well, if you eat this, it'll be okay. It's not gonna be like ruin everything. I'll put it in my mouth and chew it up. And then I'm like, don't swallow it. This is good, but don't swallow it. I have to spit it out. People like, you out here wasting food. And I'm trying to save my life, okay? I'm not trying to do any of that, you know. But those cravings, those things are going to come up because you're detoxing. You know, you're detoxing. You have to abstain from the very appearance of evil. I've had family members try to invite me to some things. I'm like, dear God, dear God, dear God, I can't go. Because I know it's a setup. I know I will not be successful. So that's another element. Put yourself in the best position of success. If you know that you are working on building up your willpower, then most certainly you need to eliminate any chances where you can be weak-willed. That's just it. Get rid of the snacks. Give the stuff away. Give it away because I'm telling you, you're not going to want to have that. The least temptation you have, the greater chance of you being successful you have. Okay, so let's talk about the benefits that I've noticed as I am now on day 13 making this video. My focus is grand. My focus is grand. I can recall what I'm doing. I don't have those moments where I go somewhere, I'm like, why am I in here? I don't have those moments anymore. Very focused. My ideas are sharp. Even my spiritual gifts are crisp. Crisper than they've ever been. My readings, crisp. Also, when I wake up out of bed, like I said, like I just hop up easily. No slump, no sluggishness. As soon as I wake up, I am up. And that started, around day 4. But really now, when I'm up, I'm up. And I sleep throughout the night. I actually have a sleep tracker here, where I was following my snoring, right? Don't snore anymore. That's done. That's done. And the other thing that I've noticed is even vision-wise, my vision is not as blurry as it used to be. And I know that may sound extreme, but I'm telling you, literally, I'm like, I can see clearly now the rain is gone. Literally. My vision has improved greatly. Okay, I don't have all the blurriness and all the things that I would normally have with that. My skin has been more vibrant and more radiant. I don't feel bloated. I have no bloating. The parts of my body that would normally I would have like little like aches or little things wrong, I don't feel any of that, period. And my eyes have been looking healthier. Normally I would have like some little baggage and things around here. Healthy. I've also found that I've become very optimistic. Like I'm so interested and willing to do things that I would never normally do. And not crazy things, but like normally I don't like last minute things. People like, Darcell, get dressed and call me to go here. I'm like, not gonna do it. Get somebody else to do it. You should have told me this yesterday. But now I'm like, okay, give me 5 minutes. I feel so open minded, even like to try, not just with like the food things, but like I said, like life experience. I'm like, yeah, I'll go. Yeah, let's do it. And I feel like achieving. I feel like achieving. And so it's wild to think, but yeah, I can clearly see how, you know, eating what you are, well, you are what you eat, period. That's it. And if you're eating food, honey, that's been killed and slaughtered and was screaming and crying for help before it got to you, you're gonna take in some of that. Now, understand, I work in the spiritual realm, so I understand that energetically. I get that energetically. So you of course are going to have those feelings, those experiences, and there's studies that show you how much those types of foods affect your hormones and your body chemistry, period, and to increase the chances of depression and these thoughts and these feelings of not of wanting to do anything. Like literally, this is in the science here. And so that's been something. And also as a singer, I've noticed that my voice has been ready to go sooner. It doesn't take so long for my voice to be ready to sing or anything. It just flows. I also have been someone who struggled with allergies. And the first couple of days, my nose and stuff was running. I was sneezing, spitting, I'm like, what is going on here? Detoxifying your body is what's going on here. All that mucus and stuff, up, up and out. Now, there's something that is warned about juicing. Of course, I'm not talking about you needing to consult with your doctor, because you definitely need to do that, especially those of you who are on medications for different things. You need to do that. But they tell you about the refeeding process. Once you're done with your fast, I am doing 60 days of this. And then I am going to go to a strictly vegan, low-key vegetarian lifestyle. And I'm going to stick and stay there, right? But they say that you can't just start feeding yourself with all this food once you get off it, because you will end up sick. Okay, because your body's not used to that. And plus your stomach is shrinking. All of these different things are happening, so you can't just start doing that. So this is what I've decided to do. Because I'm not trying to fast and get this stuff done quickly, and I've eliminated that hurry up and heal mentality. I've eliminated that because this is a lifetime work. So I have to make sure that I am setting myself up for a lifetime. So in this, what I've decided to do is that every 7 days, I'm going to eat vegetarian or vegan. All right. And not too much. I'm going to have my juice that day and everything, but I'm going to eat that. That way it is peppered in throughout this process. So my stomach is just like, girl, food, I don't know what that is. Okay. So it's peppered throughout, my fasting, so I don't have those issues. And that's been working for me, and again, it gives me the ability to make healthy choices, and to still hold myself accountable, because you can't be juicing for the rest of your life. You just won't be doing that. Okay. Well, I won't. But after this, what my goal is to, do maybe 3 or 4 days out the week juicing once I finish my fast, and then the end of the week, 3 days or so, eat. 3 or 4 days, eat, my vegan or vegetarian, or even alternate days. You know what I'm saying? Just to keep some type of regulation going. And of course, keep my exercise and everything like that. And that's what I plan to do. You need to try this. You are worth an attempt. You are worth trying something for 7 days. You're worth doing that. And I believe you are stronger than food. If you are not stronger than food, we have a serious problem. Right now, I'm drinking this juice. This juice is a pear and carrot and pineapple juice. So many benefits of these. I'll have the benefits and stuff in the description. And this is my favorite one so far. It's carrots, pears, and pineapple, and it's everything. And I said, dear God, this, you could put this in the stove. And it's the other thing is you have the satisfaction of knowing that you made this. You know what I'm saying? You have the satisfaction of knowing you made it and you know what's in it. There ain't nothing in it that's sneaking up on you. You know what's in this, and I know. All I did was I chopped the pineapple, I put it in here, I did that. And you become more involved with your body. And if you're a spiritual person, while you're making this, you could be speaking life over your food as you would do herbs and herb workings and things like that, and telling it what you need for it to do. Do your affirmations, do your prayers, whatever it is that you do while you are chopping up your fruits and your vegetables and things. And I mean, it is simply fan freaking tastic. Okay, so I encourage you to do this and to share your results. It has truly changed my life for the better. And for those who may see this video and you have been feeling like there's no hope for you, I've gone too far, I've gotten too big, this, that, and the third, I can't do this, I can't do it. You absolutely can. That is a lie that you're telling yourself. That's what we call fear. My acronym for fear is frequent excuses against reality. All right. The reality is that you control everything you do in your life. You control it, and you are in control. So what you need to do is take ownership of that. Take back ownership of your future, because what you all have done is you have been renting your life. Yes, you have been renting your life. When you rent, that means somebody else has to put parameters around your purpose. Somebody else has to tell you what you can and cannot do. That is called external validation. When you are renting your life, you have no control. But when you own your life, you can renovate, honey. Listen, just like a house. If you own it, you can knock down the walls, do the floor, put a pool in the back, and knock the whole house down altogether. I just want the land. You can do whatever you want to do, but commit to this right now. My name is, and I am owning my life. Fill in the blank. My name is, and I am owning my life. Repeat it again. I am, and I am owning my life. And I'm going to see you in 7 days. And you're going to be in the comment sections telling me what has happened after these 7 days. And guess what? You will be much better for it. And I'm proud of you already. I love y'all. I love y'all. Make sure y'all hit the subscribe, honey. You cut on the notification bell, okay? You comment, you share this with 27 million people, honey, so we could build this up. All right? Peace, y'all.